So the thing that particularly sparked me is I had a client who screwed me over and lost a great sum of money and owed about $50,000. And I decided I was never going to let that happen again. And so I figured that one of the things I had to learn to do was learn how to get and manage clients differently. And for me, the next level meant creating an environment where I actually represented people that I felt I could really help and energized me to help them. So I joined How to Manage because I knew I had to do something different. I was sitting for about, I figured 3 years on trying to figure out, did I want to kind of resurrect my business and move forward, or was I going to retire? And I finally decided that I had to do something different if I was going to stay practicing law for the next 5-10 years. And I found How to Manage and joined How to Manage because I realized that you can't make a change if you don't do something different. And the something different had to do with getting really good coaches to help me go to the next level. To be able to look at all areas of my business really critically and feel confident that when I bring up something to my other partners, that I know what the heck I'm talking about. So it definitely has changed my confidence level. My family calls it Ellen 2.0. Sometimes Ellen 3.0. I don't put up with stuff that I'd been putting up with for years. And the biggest abuse for me was actually coming from how I let my clients treat me. And that I was afraid to turn away business that I really didn't think was helpful because it's business. And I realized I didn't have to do that. And the concept of an avatar and who you really want to represent, and the concept that there actually are clients that you would enjoy representing and that are not going to push you around and treat you like crap, was like foreign to me. When I decided to sign up for additional things, every one of them was a thinking process of not so much how much did it cost, but was I willing to put in the extra work that it would take, that it would make it worthwhile. And those were my hardest decisions. And I can't say that I didn't go back and forth on some, but ultimately, every time I've decided to participate in something, I'm not sorry. I'd say you can't lose, because even if you went in and we're only there for 4 weeks, it's going to change your life. It's going to challenge you in some way to think about the world differently. And what I would say is when you start feeling resistance towards anything, step back and say, hey, what story am I telling myself that I'm pushing back? And the more you realize that if you're willing to make changes, you need help, the better off you're going to be. I would say being in the community is incredibly helpful. We just had an LQM here in my hometown, and I have a couple of people visiting me today after this. And I just feel like I've got a really, really strong support system. So when something isn't going right in a day, I can pick up the phone and call a buddy in New Jersey, a buddy in Maryland, a buddy in California. And that's really strong because I had been practicing for 28 years, primarily on just referrals. And I guess the big lie that I told myself was that those would continue forever without me having to do anything. So How to Manage made me realize that it wasn't okay to be invisible if I was expecting people to find me. And I think I'd spent most of my adult life, unlike a lot of young people today, I really kind of was socially invisible on digital media, don't like digital media. And I realized that How to Manage could teach me lots of different ways to incorporate better marketing. And it didn't have to be Facebook. It didn't have to be lots of things. I have a business to business kind of practice. And I just realized there are a lot of different tools depending on what you're trying to do. I don't like the way traditional law firms work, and I really didn't kind of want a big leverage system, and I fought it because it represented to me what I was running away from, and I wanted to do things differently. When someone's going to figure out how to invest in their own ideas, they have to really know why they're trying to do it. Are they trying to build something that they just want a quick buck to turn around? Are they trying to build something that's going to make it into a passion in their own lives? What do they want to do with it? Why is it important to them?